beautiful lover. My name is Brianna Fruean. I'm from the beautiful island of Samoa in the Pacific, and I'm here to wish you a happy International Youth Day. I think that we are living in a time where it's so important to uplift the voices of our youth. The most pressing issue that we are facing in this generation is climate change and the climate crisis, and the fact that if we don't move to a world where we can see renewable energy being our future, we may not have a future at all. This is especially pressing for communities like my own in the Pacific Islands, where our very future and our very livelihoods depend on our world being able to move into a low carbon future. And so I encourage all our youth out there to raise your voices about the climate crisis. We are the leaders of today and the leaders of tomorrow. And so it's so important to have our voices in the conversation.